and then go to Tyler Tackman.
Hey, Dame, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. This is Raphael Haynes with the three-point conversion. Just a quick two-part question. First of all, if you can just speak a little bit about just the hiring of Chauncey. I know you spoke about it on social media, but just your thoughts on it and how you feel. And then also joining this USA team, do you expect to, knowing that it's more of a team type, atmosphere, do you expect to change your game just a little bit or do whatever Pop needs you to do if he asks you to change your game and not be that prolific scorer?
As far as Chauncey and that hire, obviously, it's been talk over the years of him kind of moving into the front office and coaching space. And with us letting Terry go after 9 years, I think our organization was set on a leader, looking for a leader of men, somebody that players would respect, and went through that process as they felt they should, or as we felt we should as an organization. And I had a prior relationship with Chauncey on the friendship level, and somebody that had a lot of success at my position, was a champion, finals MVP. I'm prepared to go in and do my job every year like I always do. Hopefully we making strides in a positive direction, and we could become a better team with a new coach. And, that's where I am with it. As far as being here and being part of Team USA, I know that I'm not going to have to be in the exact same role that I am for Portland. But I think my skill set and the things that I do bring to the table will be very good for the team. My ability to shoot, make plays. I think I can show that I'm a good defender without as much responsibility on the offensive end here with so much talent. And I'm excited to do that, and just enjoy being on the team with the best players in the world. You get to play with the best. Not everybody is afforded that opportunity, so I'm thankful for that. And whatever Pop comes to me and tells me he needs me to do or expects from me, I'll be ready to do it.
Thank you.
Hey, Dame, this is Tyler Tashman with the Oregonian. I hope you're doing well. What were, I guess, the deciding factors in making the decision to play for the Olympic team this year? And was there a specific moment that you kind of made the decision?
I wasn't really sure at one point because I expected us to have a pretty solid run in the playoffs this year, and that ended up being cut short. And the fact that the season wasn't extended for me, and on top of the season not being extended, it was a sour taste in my mouth after losing so early against a team that was beat up and injured when I expected to win that series. And it gave me that itch to jump right back in and play and have a chance to win, and not have to sit around for a full summer thinking about what went wrong and how we exited the playoffs. So like I said, I'm excited to be here and have an opportunity to play with the best players in the world.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler. Next up is Brian Mahoney, and then we'll go to Mark Berman.
Hey, Damian. I want to ask you, a few years back, you almost got a chance to play for the U.S. in the World Cup in 2014. And then, when you didn't, did you stay with the program as far as saying, I want to be considered again? Or was there some, disappointment that maybe a couple of years later you weren't ready to play again? Or how did the whole process go for you to get finally here now?
I think that year when I was with Team USA, I wanted to be a part of it. I was there to have a chance to be on that team, and I didn't make it. And I had no issue being cut. I didn't feel like I was above being cut or anything. I just felt like the time that was spent in the off season, I just felt like I wasn't given a great opportunity to make the team or make a different impression than that. So I think that's why it was a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth after leaving the team. And I just decided for a few years that it just wasn't something that I wanted to do. You know, I was going to, use my summers to rest and try to become a better player going into the next NBA season. And I think at this point in my career, I'm, 30, going to be 31 soon. And, this is something that would be a great accomplishment, something that's great to be a part of, and, a great thing to add to my resume and my legacy as a basketball player. So, that's that.
Did you consider playing in 2016, the last Olympics?
Not really. I wasn't really thinking of it. The following, I think, the World Cup after 2016 or maybe 2018 or 19, I don't remember what year it was, 18, I think. I thought about it, but I decided not to do it.
Thank you.
Mark Grierman, go ahead, and then we'll go to Joe Bardone.
Hey, Damian, how are you handling all that speculation about your future and rumors you may want to ask for a trade? And, are you still mulling things in your mind? I mean, what's your thinking at this point, after the coaching hire?
I mean, at this point, it's a lot of things being said, and sometimes words being put in my mouth, and I haven't said anything. I think should be all of the people who've covered me since I've been in the NBA, they know that if there's something to be said, or if I think something or have something to say, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to stand on it. So, like I said, there's been a lot of talk, and nobody's heard what I've said, or nobody's heard me say any of these things. But anything that I have to say, I'm going to say it directly to Neil, and I'm address it directly with my team. So I don't really have nothing to say to you guys about it. Everything that I need to say and that I feel has been said to Neil. So it's really nothing else that I have to say about it.
Okay, Joe, go ahead. And the next up is Dwight James.
Hey, Dame. I'm not sure I could follow up on that without getting you fined. So I guess I'll move on. You average about 30 a game, or you can anyway. And so does Brad, and certainly KD can. Do you feel like you have to give the ball up in this offense to make it work?
I just think we got to let the ball move, because, whoever the ball finds, we know that next guy has the ability to put it in the hole. And, I think that's the fun part about it for me. I didn't come here to try to play the exact same way that I play in Portland. I came here to be a weapon, to play off of other guys. Like you said, I know Brad can fill it up. I know KD can fill it up. I know Jason Tatum can fill it up. Same thing with Zach LaVine. So understanding that, I'm just going to get into the paint. If they collapse, I'm going to make the right play and pitch it out. If I'm attacking the rim and Bam is diving, I'm going to toss it in the air. If I happen to be on the weak side and somebody else is penetrating and the ball comes to me, I'm going to shoot. So I came here excited to not be exactly who I've been for my team, but to use my skill set and, all of my ability to complement everybody else on this team. Sometimes that might mean being more aggressive with the ball. Sometimes that means off the ball. But I'm excited to be a part of that.
Thank you. Dwight, go ahead, and then Zora Stevenson.
Dame, I'm kind of curious. You played with the same coaching staff for a long time here in Portland, a long time. No disrespect to any of them, but what's it like for you to come into a different situation? You got Pop there. It's different teammates. How different is this for you? Is it exhilarating? Is it fun? Hard? What's your reaction to it?
It's fun because you see, you just see a different way, and sometimes a different language, and a different type of energy about them. Like just talking to Pop, talking to Steve Kerr, talking to Jay Wright. Everybody, they've done things at such a high level, and for Pop and Steve Kerr specifically, at a level that I've been wanting to be on. Not that they know something that my coaches in the last 9 years haven't known, but it's just when you get there and you have that level of experience and you have that level of success, it just hits a little bit different. So I've come in here just listening a little bit harder, having my ears open and wanting to hear what they have to say and why to do things a certain way. And, it has to be at that level. It's the reason why, they've had so much success.
Thanks, Dan.
Zora, you're up, and then we'll go with Sean Higgins.
Hi, Dame. Zora Stevenson with NBC Sports. I wanted to ask you about your Teammate of the Year award. I was asking Pop about just those characteristics of selflessness and leadership, and he said it's going to be very important. And I know you're a first-time Olympian, but how much do you plan to display those characteristics and be a leader? And obviously, I know you're going to be selfless. You talked about just like listening and sharing the basketball, but that leadership part, how comfortable do you feel?
I feel very comfortable. I think my leadership style has never been to try to boss everybody around and always be the loudest person. Sometimes it's being a listener. Sometimes it's taking instructions from other people and allowing other people to have the stage. And if anything, that'll be easier with the level of players that I'm playing with. But I just think who I am as a person. I think that's being a good teammate. Just trying to do my best to contribute to winning and contribute to success. And being selfless, those are like my greatest strengths as a person and as a basketball player. So, I think I'll be able to be who I always am with this team.
Okay, Sean, go ahead, and then we'll finish up with question.
Dame, going back to the coaching hire for a second, you said on social media that during this process and during the search, you had been unaware of some of the allegations against Chauncey. Is that something, now that you do know about that stuff, does that change at all how you feel about the hire, or how comfortable you are with it?
Well, when I said that I didn't know, I meant the very first time that right away when we let Terry go, I was asked, about names that had been floated out there. And of the ones that I heard floated out there, I said, I like J Kidd, I like Chauncey. And at that time, I had no idea of any of it. And, when I did learn of it, and the process continued, that I never felt like it was my job or my duty to say, do this or don't do this. I like I said, I do my job, I improve my game, and I show up as the point guard of the team. And, in the past, I've never stepped on anybody's toes and said, or demanded anything or told anybody what to do. And it was no different in this situation. So that's all I can really say. I've known Chauncey before, and I never knew of that until this coaching process came into play. And our organization, they said they did a thorough investigation. They went through everything, and they went through the process of hiring a coach as they did in a comfortable way. And that's not my decision, or my job to say this guy's hired or this guy's not hired or anything. So this is what it is now. So here we are.
Final question from Tim Reynolds. Thanks. Go ahead, Tim.
Thank you, Craig. Hi, Dame. Even with all the amazing amount of offensive talent on this team, is it a stretch to think that you guys can be as good defensively as you are on the offensive end, just with, the length, with, guys like Bam and Draymond, with the on-ball defenders you guys have? Can you guys be as good at that end too, do you think?
I think so, because of the ability we have offensively. Everybody kind of knows, like, I can give more defensively, knowing that, it's going to be okay offensively. Everybody's capable. Everybody has ability. Everybody is elite offensively in the NBA season. So the responsibility and the load offensively would be much less for every guy. So, of course, defensively, like I said, we can give more and be more locked in and attentive on that end of the floor. And it's been, the number one thing that, they've been hammering home with us. We got to defend. We got to be into the ball. We got to be physical. So guys are so great offensively that I don't know if we can be as great defensively as we are offensively, but I know we can be very good. And, I know that it could complement what we can do offensively.